and I now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Mr. Chairman, we have looked carefully at the report of the United Nations Commissioner for Refugees, and we are grateful to Mr. Grandi for its introduction. We believe the activities of the UNHCR to be effective, especially in humanitarian crises in various countries and regions throughout the world. Russia intends in future to continue to lend support to the agency, which must be based on the principles of neutrality, humanitarianism, independence, and objectivity. We hope that the additional impetus for the practical activities will be given by what was signed in Moscow this year, a memorandum of the Russian Federation of the Ministry of Civil Defense for emergency situations, implementation of the results of natural catastrophes, and the UNHCR. The Russian Federation, it takes a leading role in the receiving of migrants and refugees from various governments and has unique migration experience. In recent years, the status of the refugees who are looking for temporary support in our country has been involving more than 50 states. A significant flow of refugees to our country is from the CIS countries. In the past 50 years, the Russian Federation has been able to receive more than 40,000 such refugees. This can be expressed in the large scale of the humanitarian activities given by our state to many countries whose political efforts in overcoming crises and overcoming many migrant flows is based on the outflow of refugees. Our country has taken into its territory a significant number of citizens of southeast Ukraine who are looking to find places to live as a result of the internal armed conflict. Since April 2014, more than 2 million Ukrainian citizens have asked for a legal solution to the situation of the territory of the Russian Federation, and more than 460,000 of them have asked for asylum. The development of the situation in Syria also requires something involving the Russian initiative to promote the voluntary return of Syrian refugees to their homes. As a result of the realization of this initiative, the number of refugees has gone over 300,000 people. We believe that because of the return to home of Syrians, there will be a reduction in the burden on states which have been hosting such a number of refugees in their territories. We believe that the statistics of the UNGA, which shows in the report that there's a process of voluntary repatriation, is a good one. We expect that the agency will continue to give assistance to Syrian refugees and to IDPs throughout the world in accordance with its mandate. The Russian Federation intends to take an active part in the Geneva forthcoming forum on displaced persons and refugees. In this connection, we support the position whereby whereby the concept of shared responsibilities for refugees is in order. We consider that it is something which is an attempt to shift the burden from one country to another because the current situation in Europe is very complicated and is a consequence of the irresponsible interference of Western countries in the internal affairs of sovereign states. In this connection, states who are actively taking part in such interference should bear the primary and basic responsibility for the lending of assistance to those who are refugees and victims of such situations. In this connection, of course, we cannot cast any doubt on the need for solidarity on the part of the world community for solving the problems of refugees in accordance with the Convention relating to status of refugees of 1951 and its protocol. On the whole, we believe that for the most effective reaction to current migrations of refugees, we need, first and foremost, political settlement of conflicts and helping those countries which are the source of refugees in social and economic development in the interest of determining their countries on a double voluntary basis of the refugees in their countries and to their integration into their societies. Thank you.
And I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Myanmar.